And Larry has, I think, a very interesting background. Came from not from politics, but came from the tech sector originally, and then became very, very passionate about climate change. And what I think Larry did so well, come on up, Larry. What I think Larry did so well during your campaign, if I can be so bold, is you really helped voters understand through all the work that you did, all the door knocking, all the other education pieces, help everybody understand how climate change affects all parts of public policy at the municipal level. And so, maybe you can talk a little bit about that as well as your experience with
Sure.
ranked choice.
About 6 years ago, I decided to leave the corporate world to dedicate myself to trying to do something on climate change because I became very concerned about the future that we're leaving our kids and grandkids. And so I was involved very much with nonprofit world and still am in helping young people to learn about the power that they have and then exercise it. And the group that I worked with here and that I'll be introducing someone else in a little bit who's still involved with, that did a phenomenal job in St. Louis Park of resulted in our climate action plan. And so that was kind of the driver for me entering the race, in that I just thought we have a tremendous opportunity here to build on that work that the youth started and the council adopted and do something really special here about how we think about climate change, how it does impact really every area of policy, and then make our community stronger and then be an example for others. So that's why I got in. And I want to say a couple things. So the comment about being for women, I am thrilled to be in the minority, actually. And I'd also say, the turnout was great to see, right? Both at the candidate forum, but if you look back to 4 years ago, there were about 4,300 votes cast in this race, and this time around in our race, there was 6,300 votes in the A race. So I think that's a combination of ranked choice, and also I think to some of the things that we were talking about, and also Nadia's bringing in new folks to the process. I had read about ranked choice voting for years, right? And heard about it like, man, that sounds like just so logical. It just makes sense. And so one of the things that people would ask me about was, boy, how does it feel to run in a ranked choice vote election? And I'd say, it's all I know, right? But it was great. And I tell you, one of the things that it did was when you're out door knocking, when you see a sign for your competitor, typically in a non-ranked choice vote election, you would just skip by it, right? You wouldn't talk to them. But it was very important to go talk to those folks as well and say, okay, look, I know you're voting for Deb first, but would you consider me for your second choice? And I think that forces candidates to talk to all the spectrum of the electorate. And I think that is a phenomenal thing because it should make things less partisan, less divisive, right? Because you have to have those conversations. So, and the other thing I would have to really compliment was the staff, because we were trained on it and said, okay, you're going to need to be an advocate and out talking to folks about it. But I would say, 8 or 9 times out of 10, when I ask someone at the door, do you understand ranked choice voting? Say, oh yeah, I get it, right?